On a dark night in Seoul, as a cold wind blows, an unexpected event shakes the world of BTS and its fans. Jin, the visual, who is famous for his charming smile, suddenly issued a threat that shocked many people. But not a common threat. Jin did not threaten to fight his enemies or fight on stage. This time, his threat was directly directed at the South Korean government. If they force Jeonguk, JK, to serve in the army, Jin said with a serious face, I will fight desperately to free him. I will not remain silent. The statement immediately shook the entertainment world, and fans of BTS, known by the nickname Army, immediately flocked to gather strength. Massive demonstrations began. In various corners of Seoul, posters read, Free JK! It appears, complete with a picture of a dashing genie with a stern inscription underneath. Together with Jin, we will fight for JK. It all started when the South Korean government issued a policy requiring young men, including BTS members, to serve in the military. Despite much public support for reducing the length of military service for celebrities, the government still forces them to fulfill these obligations. JK, who has just released a few solo songs, is now threatened with having to go to the barracks. However, Jin could not remain silent. Realizing how much impact JK's departure had for the group and its fans, Jin decided to take action. He contacted lawyers, held meetings with lawmakers, and rallied support abroad. In a short time, the campaign to save JK went viral. In the midst of the demonstration, fans who had gathered hundreds of thousands in the streets did not hesitate to shout, We will not let JK go. Some fans even formed barricades in front of the government headquarters. They made banners with uplifting phrases like, Freedom for JK, and Jin, we're behind you. The peaceful demonstration attracted international attention. Overseas media reported this incident as a resistance that came not only from an artist, but from the entire community who love the group that has given a lot of inspiration. However, although Jin and his fans fought hard, the government remained stubborn. However, they eventually realized that the pressure from BTS fans was not something to be underestimated. The government then decided to give more leeway for celebrities like BTS to serve their military obligations in a more flexible form. However, this incident not only brought ARMY and BTS together, but also gave an important message about the importance of solidarity and mutual struggle. Jin may not be a military hero, but to many, he is a hero who bravely fights injustice for the sake of those he loves, especially his friends in BTS. The government's decision finally came with an announcement that made the world in an uproar. BTS, including JK, will be given leeway in undergoing military service. However, this leeway does not mean that they are completely relieved of the task. Instead, BTS members will undergo military training on a rotational basis, allowing the group to remain active in the entertainment world during their service time. This looseness was the result of a hard battle that began with Jin and Army. This process also showed the world how strong the bond between BTS and their fans is, as well as how much influence they have on public opinion. On social media, the hashtags #FreeJK and #JinForJK have been trending worldwide for months. However, although this decision appears to be a victory, many still feel that their struggle is not completely over. Jin, who always leads with a heart, held a joint press conference with the BTS members to express their gratitude to ARMY for the infinite support given. With a slightly trembling voice, Jin said, We will never forget this struggle. All this is because of you, ARMY, who are already part of our family. JK, who was initially surprised by the persistence of his fans, seemed calmer after hearing the announcement. Although he had to serve in the army eventually, he felt more prepared and optimistic knowing that he would not walk alone. The support from Jin, the other BTS members, and the entire army gave him new strength to go through the task with passion. On JK's last day before leaving for the barracks, fans held a massive farewell event filled with laughter, tears, and passionate messages. A large screen on the stage screen displayed a message from Jin that read, Don't worry, Jeonguk, we'll wait for you to come back. There's always a way home. When JK got into the car that would take him to the training ground, the whole world seemed to stop for a moment. Armies around the world turned on their cell phone lights, creating a sea of shimmering light in the night. They sang BTS's most iconic songs with passion, as a last form of tribute before JK entered his military duty. However, this is not the end. Because, despite the distance separating them, BTS and ARMY know that their relationship will never break. Jin, who has become not only an encouragement for JK, but also an unexpected hero in this struggle, proves that, even though the world is full of rules and restrictions, love and solidarity can overcome anything. A few months later, BTS returned with a new plan. They promised to continue releasing music, holding virtual concerts, and maintaining relationships with the ARMY, even as they go about their military duties. Jin, who initially fought hard for JK, has now become a symbol of hope, that nothing is impossible if we fight together, especially if we are united by love and the same goal. This story has become a legend, about a man who dared to go against the rules for the sake of his best friend, and about how love and solidarity can change the world. And of course, it's also the story of how BTS and ARMY stay together, inseparable by distance and time.